So, today is Thursday, May 9th, 2024, and I don't know if this live stream is actually going up. I don't see any numbers increasing, but I'm going to go ahead and make the announcement now. Oh, there we go. Hello, everyone, as you come in. Because of all of the situations that are going on in the Abrahamic religions right now, basically all three, Christianity, Judaism, and Islam, I have talked about them being corrupted, all of them, and I've mentioned that for a long period of time. With the conflict in the Middle East right now, of course, we all should know what we're talking about there. I'll refrain from saying too much because those types of things have a tendency to get censored. I want to address with everyone what really happened to the Tetragrammaton, where it likely originally came from, what it means if Jesus ever used it, or if it was ever attributed to Jesus that he used it, and the problems with it being used to divide people, told people that a certain group is chosen over everyone else, which isn't the case, by the way, except for a very limited reason. And the different ways that it can be broken down, which I've talked about before, and what it really means. It's not so much a name as it is a statement and a system. Now, about, I don't know how long ago, back some videos ago, I talked to you about this, okay? This is Wallace Budge's book, The Egyptian Book of the Dead, a translation of the Egyptian Book of the Dead. Now, Wallace Budge was using the Rosetta Stone in most of his work, which, of course, was discovered in the later 1800s. And basically had three different languages on it: Coptic, Hieroglyphics, and Greek. And using that, which was issued by one of the Ptolemaic rulers of Egypt in the 2nd century BC, they tried to go back and look at the hieroglyphics, etc., of even the earlier dynasties. I mean, we're talking late in the Ptolemaic period, like I said, 2nd century BCE. But does that mean that the Egyptian of the 30th century BC is the same as the Ptolemaic Egyptian of the 2nd century onward BC? And the answer is no. In here, we get a glimpse of where the name of the Tetragrammaton, the YHVH, came from, as I've already explained. But it goes even further. And I think it's time to show that what's being claimed by a certain religious group, actually two parts of it, both the Christians and the Jewish side, and for very nefarious purposes, I would say the Zionist side. That's all I'm going to say here on this video. You'll get the gist of it later. I think you'll see that it's not as it's been portrayed by them, by Cecil B. DeMille, or by anybody that I know of in the correct way. It's been misused terribly to cause great injustices. I won't go into it any more than that here because I want you to show up tonight, but we're going to talk a little bit about this. The Papyrus of Ani, of course. One aspect of it, which I've shown you in the past, and I don't have any way of putting up the big graphs on that, or the big memes, or the charts. I can't do that because, as you know, I'm traveling. I'm in Washington State, and I've had to improvise. I thought this might be a whiteboard, so I tried some dry erase markers on it, and it doesn't work. It doesn't take. So what I'm going to do is get 8x10 sheets of white paper and write in dark marker on those for the points that I want to make, and tape them to this. This will be the studio for tonight. So that's all I'll say about it right now. 6 p.m. tonight, Thursday, the 9th of May, again at 6 p.m. I decided to do it then because I don't want to be too late for the people on the East Coast or wherever else they are, or too early for those on the West Coast. So this is kind of, or wherever they are that way. So this is kind of a time I thought might be best, and I hope I don't walk over anybody else of any importance, like Felicia Lockhart and her programs. I don't want to walk over on her or anybody else, but this is extremely important. Yeah, it'll be 6 p.m. Pacific, so yeah, that would be whatever Eastern time is on that side, right? Okay, that'd be about 9 o'clock, yeah. You guys figure that out, okay? I'm deep in trying to figure out what exactly I should bring forward, and I'm not really making a lot of preparations because all this is in my head, actually. It's been for a long time. But we will have a few things posted on the board referencing what we're going to talk about. Okay, just want to make that announcement. Looking forward to talking to you. Some people, yeah, this is not really just a spiritual discussion. It's historic and it's political. So don't think that, oh, gee, we're going to do religious stuff. I'm not interested. You got to understand how this has impacted our current world situation, political situation, and the hatred that we see. I call this thing in the Middle East, what's going on, and it's spilling over all the world, is the Hatfields and McCoys on steroids, and that's really what it is, okay? Plus some other nefarious things that are going on to try to seize power. So we'll talk about all of that tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing everyone who's interested. Again, it's not just a religious discussion. It'll show you, you know, where some influences are coming from and how evil they really are. And they're using the Tetragrammaton and the history of that, only starting, supposedly they say at the time of Moses, but in reality, it's in about the 6th century BC, not the 1400 area BC. It's not from there. It actually goes way back, and it's misused starting in about 800 BCE to 600 BCE, somewhere in there. Okay? All right, that's all for now. Looking forward to seeing you tonight. I hope my makeshift studio here works out, and we'll see you then. Take care.